Alexandra Levine welcomes you to the Alexandra Levine Live Podcast. Today, we've got a packed show, from breaking news to informative topics that will keep you well informed. Tonight's Alexandra Levine Live Podcast starts now.
Election today. I want those 4 to 5 star hardcore Republicans out. I want them voting for someone that represents them, not someone that the establishment is trying to push. Of course, we have to respect our veterans. We have to respect people that have done everything they can to support Ohioans. So please, guys, when you go out to vote today, really take a look at your candidates. Really take a look at what they represent. Do your due diligence and your research. But the only way we can get the right Republican in is if you get out and vote. Republicans, hardcore Republicans, 5 to 4 star Republicans, this is your opportunity to make a difference. This is your opportunity to vote the right way. These midterm elections are more important than you think. And if you don't get out there and vote in them, we get horrible people in power. We are very fortunate that Ohio is a very red state. It brought beautiful victory to President Trump in 2016, in 2020, as well as in 2024. And it brought great victory to Vice President J.D. Vance and many other people that are in the state of Ohio, and also many people that are involved in the Trump administration. But please, guys, go out and vote. Hardcore Republicans, get out and vote. Your vote does count. Your vote matters. God bless America. God bless you all. Well, hello, everyone. Hello. This is Alexandra Levine with the America's Pulse Network. We are live. This is election night. We have had elections in Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Texas, Alaska, some special elections, and we will be going back and forth and giving you live results. Our first breaking news comes from David Harris Jr. from Newsmax. So this has actually happened a couple days ago. As you know, I am part of the White House press corps. This happened actually outside of the White House. As the press corps was reporting, they actually had to ask the press corps to go into the press room because there was a threat. An armed individual opened fire near J.D. Vance's motorcade in the area of the White House, according to the Secret Service. The suspect fired at Secret Service agents who returned fire, neutralized the shooter. No law enforcement officers were injured. Pray for both Trump and Vice President Vance. Now, my question is, how the hell did an armed individual get close to J.D. Vance's motorcade in the area of the White House? This is becoming insane. The Secret Service, in my opinion, needs a whole new makeover. Sean Curran needs to get a hold of his Secret Service agents because they obviously don't know what the hell they're doing and they're not protecting the president. There's also reported that a Secret Service agent or someone in law enforcement was caught touching himself inappropriately while he was on the job. And of course, he was fired. And somebody made a comment, instead of him touching himself and doing that salacious, disgusting thing, maybe he should be protecting the president, the vice president a little bit better. But this is what's happening. And DHS finally funded, or is finally going to be funding, the Secret Service as well as TSA because of the executive order that President Trump signed, but also because of Congress finally passing the law to give proper funding to DHS and Secret Service and so forth. So now that they're going to start getting paid, maybe they'll start to actually do their jobs. But this is disgusting that week after week now, we keep hearing about poor examples, or I would say poor performances of the Secret Service. I blame them wholeheartedly for not protecting the president and vice president. They should be nowhere near the White House. They should be nowhere near President Trump. They shouldn't have even gotten into, I'm talking about the bad guys, shouldn't have gotten into the Hilton Hotel. I mean, he could have barged into the ballroom and shot everybody. I mean, we have to take these things seriously. Secret Service needs to take their job seriously. And if they really don't want to defend the president, then guess what? They need to go. So now we go into segment one. So segment one is the election results in Ohio. So in Ohio, they just ended the polls at 7:30. We do have breaking news. Vivek Ramaswamy did win the Ohio primary for governor. He will be going on and facing the Democrat Amy Action in the election, in the general election. And there's the results right there. So 85% already. They called it for Vivek, and Amy Action is the Democrat. They will be going at it in November. Please, guys, don't take Ohio for granted. Yes, Ohio is a very Republican state. Former Governor Mark DeWine, he endorsed Vivek. President Trump heavily endorsed Vivek today and yesterday. Actually, he endorsed him twice today and yesterday, but we can't take this for granted. There are some Democrat counties in Ohio. As you know, the Democrats love to do election fraud, and we want to make sure that we have free and fair elections come in November. That's why it's very important to pass the Save America Act. But I am wholeheartedly in support of Vivek being the governor of Ohio. I believe that he will win the governorship. But again, we can't take this for granted. Also, a special election happened today for the Ohio Senate. John Husted, he was appointed by J.D. Vance. Of course, he ran unopposed. And we go into the general, and who is back in town? Sherrod Brown. Sherrod Brown wants his seat back. We as Republicans, we as independents and Democrats can't give Sherrod Brown back his seat. As you know, he lost to now Senator Bernie Moreno. Now he wants to come back and get his seat. Sherrod Brown has a lot of money. He does have name recognition, but I wholeheartedly have faith that John Huston will win re-election. But again, we got to get out to vote. We have to get the money out there. We have to support our candidates. It's very important that we Republicans support our candidates. As you know, I was very close with the Secretary of State race. As you know, I interviewed Robert Sprague and Marcel Sturbeck on my show. We endorsed Marcel Sturbeck because we liked what he had to say. Very smart guy, military guy. Unfortunately, they called it for his race. He was defeated by Robert Sprague. Robert Sprague was the Ohio treasurer. So I give Marcel a lot of credit for going up against the Ohio treasurer. He was going up against a huge money machine. A lot of the GOP endorsed Sprague. And I mean, according to the bylaws, I mean, every club is different. But when it comes to central committees and certain clubs, you are not supposed to endorse a candidate before the primary. But I know that there were some GOPs that kind of flipped their primary laws a little bit so that they could endorse a candidate before the primary before the primary, excuse me. But my heart goes out to Marcel because he's a great guy. I want him to continue. I want him to keep fighting. I don't want him to think that this is the end. And there was a lot of people on X that I saw that were voting for him and really liked him and his message. So I really hope that Marcel continues. With Robert Sprague, I hope that he does everything that he campaigned on. I hope that if he wins, that he's really going to focus on election integrity and free and fair elections, because he's been there already. And the argument was he's been there, hasn't really changed anything. He says all this great stuff, but he hasn't done anything. So we as Ohioans, we have to, really put the fuel to the fire and really call him out if he doesn't do his job. But Mr. Sprague will be going up against a woman, Ms. Russo. I wholeheartedly believe that Mr. Sprague will win the Ohio Secretary of State position. That is a statewide position. And good luck to him. We will have him back on our show when it gets close to the general election. Also, Attorney General election in Ohio. Keith Faber, he ran unopposed. He's going to be going up against the Democrat, John Coulier. Sorry if I mispronounced his name. This is also a seat that the Republican is going to win. I have I have a lot of faith that Mr. Faber will win the Attorney General position with the support of Vivek and many others, and the Secretary of State as well. Again, we can't take this for granted. We Republicans cannot take these positions or these positions or these states for granted. Just because, like I said, just because Ohio is a very red state, They gave tremendous victories. I said in my monologue to President Trump in 2016, 2020, 2024, we can't be complicit, guys. We can't be complicit. But again, we need Republicans to get out and support the candidate, donate money to the candidate. We need these GOPs. We need the central committees to really work work all day and all night to get these candidates in. Let's see. I'm trying to find out the results of the Ohio treasurer's race. As you know, Vice President J.D. Vance, he actually came to Ohio, Cincinnati this morning. He casted his vote. He cast his vote for Vivek. He cast his vote for Jay Edwards, and he cast his vote for a guy running for Congress, I think in District 1 of Ohio. And I assume that Mr. Edwards did win the treasurer's race. But as you see the results coming in, we're taking a look and we are looking to see those races because we got a lot of them going on. And that's interesting. So when I get off here and go look at a website, it cuts me off. I didn't know that. It's annoying. I didn't think I would have that problem. So it's so blurred. So Damon, and I hate doing this because can you tell me the Ohio treasurer's race? Like I said, I'm gonna have to cut in and out to find these races, and I don't care because this is important. So anyway, so in Indiana, this is very important. So in Indiana, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races in Indiana. So Indiana, this is important because all these state senators, the majority of them were rhinos that specifically, these were rhinos that who voted not to do the redistricting in Indiana. And remember what President Trump said? President Trump said that he will primary these people out, which he did. So he totally did. So in Indiana, for example, I know I keep cutting out. Indiana State Senate District 41, Davis won. That was, he was going against a Rhino Walker. State Senate District 19, Fichter, he won 61-38 against Holdman. Holdman was also the Rhino. State Senate District 38, Goodwin over Wilson. That was also, Good was the conservative, Wilson was the Rhino. In State Senate District 21, Powell won over Buck. Buck was the Rhino. State Senate District 1, we're still waiting on the results of that race. It looks like Mr. DeVries is going to win. And in State Senate District 11, it's very close between Schmulzer and Rogers. We're going to take a look at that. House District 9, Republican primary in Ohio. It's still too close to call with Marin and Williams. Marin is up 47.7%. Williams up 25.1%. So I'm sorry if I cut out, but these are important races and we need to know. Oh, great. I thought I froze. So those are very important ones to know. Like I said, they're blurred on my end. If there's any way that my producer can like expand it out, I can't see them. It's very blurred. Also, one of the women that I promoted was Jill Lanzinger. She was running for Ohio Supreme Court. So we're looking for that race too. And a lot of these are local races. A lot of these are county races. I may even have to look on my phone. And I hate doing that on a live show, but I may have to, so don't keep cutting in and out. Just so you know, guys, I was literally like up and down a lot of places today. As you know, I tour across this country, helping as many people as I can, door knocking, promoting, early voting, whatever I can do to help. That's what I do. And it's very, very important, guys, that we have people like myself that will go out there and get signatures and help get people elected. And we're still going to be looking at those races. Again, I hate the fact that I have to I cut in and out when I want to go to looking at an election. It's crazy. It's very crazy. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all because it looks very unprofessional. But hey, it's called TV. It's called TV. But anyway, okay. So my producer, the website does not allow me to see them. Okay, so I'd have to go on Ohio. Let's do this. Ohio Board of Elections. See if it'll let me do that. I wish there was a way I could share my screen with you guys. Okay, here we go. Ohio primary election. Okay, we'll share where you can check it out. Okay, 10 plus. Okay, 10. No, here we go. Okay. So here's some. Okay. Okay, so the Ohio. Oh, okay. Here we go. So the Ohio Treasurer of State Republican, and actually, I'm going to share this. I know I keep cutting in and out with my producer, so he can put this up. So the Ohio Treasurer's race between Jay Edwards and Christina is too close to call. He's 17% reporting. He's up 80,000 over 77,000. That's very, whew. Oh, here we go. Ohio Supreme Court Republican. It's tight. It's very tight. Right now, Colleen O'Donnell, she's leading. Andrew King is number 2. Jill Lanzinger is in third place now at 20.74% with 16% reporting. We only need one Republican in there. So this one's gonna be a tough one. Again, most people don't know judges. They usually just vote for the first person on the ballot, which is kind of annoying. U.S. House, 2nd District, Republican, David Taylor. He won. This is all in Ohio. And let's see. That's all Democrat. The Republican between Mike Carey and Samuel Rowan in U.S. House 15th District, they haven't counted it yet. This is all amendments and stuff like that. Okay, so those are some local races going on in Ohio right now. Or actually, they call them key races. These are key races. And you can also click, you can always go by county by county. This is all races. Sorry, I wish I could share my screen with you guys. Let's see. Trying to pull up the important ones. Okay, it's all 5th District. That's all 5th District. Union County. Okay, Union County Commissioner, Republican, 20% in. Sean Bailey looks like he's going to take it. He's already up 70%. So let me tell you something about these elections. So people, and I have to educate people on this all the time. So people are like, how can they call, Alexandra, how can they call a state, or not a state, but how can they call a candidate so early when there's only like 19% in or 14%? We have to look at the percentages. So if somebody's already up 70 over someone that's 30, you have to look at where the votes are coming from. You have to look at who's going to be leading and into that vote count. So for example, like the Ohio Secretary of State, it was too close to call, but Robert Sprague was already up 70 and Marcel was like, it was only 30, it was 70 to 30. So Marcel had a lot to, he would have needed a lot of votes to catch up to Robert Sprague. The issue is when you click on all the counties and you go county by county by county, the issue is that you have to look overall at where the votes are coming from. So the votes are coming specifically for Mr. Sprague in the majority of the counties. So that's the issue. Same thing with Vivek. Why did they call Vivek when he was at 85% and the other person's at 19% or 14%, and there's only 19% of the votes counted? Well, again, you click on county by county, and you have to see where the votes are coming from and what is the percentage. And you have to see, is it every, every 1/3 or 1/10 vote is coming from this county and that county. If you see that the majority of the votes are coming from a specific counties where the opponent can't pick up the numbers, that's why they automatically call it. That's what happened in Maryland with the gubernatorials with Wes Moore and Dan Cox. People were like, why did they call Governor Wes Moore after only 2% of the vote? Because Wes Moore was already up 85%, and they saw where all the votes were coming from. They were all coming, and the majority of them were coming from Democrats and independents and people that specifically wanted to vote for Wes Moore. So that's why it's a percentage thing. It's all with elections. It's all about percentages. That it's a percentage game. And you could say there was voter fraud and this and that. And there was reports today that there was major fraud, major fraud in Ohio. J.D. Vance, as you know, he's the head of the fraud department. He's going to be looking into this. Also, Max Miller, he ran unopposed, but people are trying to take down his seat. He's a congressman. Max Miller, unfortunately, went through a very messy divorce. He was married to Bernie Moreno's oldest daughter, and they are going through a tumultuous divorce. And that can affect your campaign. That can affect a lot of things. But I've seen Max Miller. I've met him. He's done a lot for his community. The people love him. I'm involved with the Strongsville GOP. I actually went up to Capitol Hill and met Max Miller and John Husted and Bernie Moreno. I mean, Strongsville is a huge Republican community, huge voters. And I mean, John Husted and Bernie Moreno and Max Miller wouldn't just go see people from the Strongsville GOP if they didn't think they were significant voters. But they are. And people in Strongsville, they love Max Miller. So it's things like that we really need to look into. It's things like that where even though the guy's personal life may not be great, people are looking at, well, what has he done for the county? And for him to do a lot for his district, I should say, in the midst of him going through a horrendous divorce, and he's working with Bernie Moreno, who's like his ex-father-in-law, it shows that you can still work together, even with family drama going on. There's always drama going on in politics, as you know. Also, this is separate from the elections. Breaking news, as you know, Caroline Levitt, congratulations to her. She had her second baby, a little girl, and she's on maternity leave. And Marco Rubio had to fill in for her today. And they said he did a phenomenal job. He was awesome. He walked in there like he owned the place, and he had a great time, and the reporters really liked him. And you're going to start to see big heads of the administration going in and filling in for Caroline Levitt. They don't want like a deputy White House press secretary. They want either Marco Rubio in there, J.D. Vance, President Trump, or some people from the cabinet to lead the press conference, which is awesome. I think that's great. I think we should hear from our cabinet leaders. I really do. And people love Marco Rubio. Of course, they're pushing him to run in 2028. There's speculation that Ron DeSantis may now run for 2028. Maybe he'll get a position in the administration when his term ends as governor of Florida. But we'll see. We'll totally see. I do want to bring up some slides that I want to bring to the attention of the viewers as well. So the first slide, so this again goes to our friend Judge Jill Lanzinger for Ohio Supreme Court. I'm actually going to refresh the live results, and I can tell you in real time where she's at. So she's still technically in third place. She's neck and neck with Andrew King. So Colleen O'Donnell, and again, here that doesn't tell me where the votes are coming from, but she's got 1,495 precincts and 17% reporting. And it's still too close to call. So Colleen O'Donnell is up 32.82%. Andrew King is 29%. Jill Lanzinger is 20%. Ronald Lewis is 18.1%. So it's very, very, very close. It's very close. In the Ohio Treasurer of State Republican race, it's still tight, too close to call. You have Jay Edwards with a little slight lead above Christina Ragnar, 52% Jay Edwards. He's got 89,662 votes. Christina Ragnar is 82,961 votes. So this is interesting because Jay Edwards was endorsed by J.D. Vance, but Christina Ragnar was endorsed by Vivek. So we'll see if the Vivek voters, if they outweighed the J.D. Vance voters. So that's going to be a very interesting race to look at the rest of the night. And that's going to be very strong. But I can tell you, whoever wins the Ohio Treasurer of State Republican will go on to win the general. I wholeheartedly believe it. Same thing with the Attorney General race, the Ohio Secretary of State race. And I believe that Vivek is going to win. I really do. The U.S. Senate special race, I believe that Hudson will end up winning that, will be winning that against Sherrod Brown. But again, it is Sherrod Brown. Sherrod Brown has a big name here in Ohio, got a lot of money. A lot of people know him, but we'll see. We'll have to see. But again, you don't want to take anything for granted. You really don't, especially in these types of races. And again, the Save America Act has not been passed yet. If the Save America Act would have been passed already, oh my God, elections would be free and fair. It's incredible. It's incredible to me, and it should be incredible to you. But on the other hand, it's actually predictable that Senate Majority Leader, I don't know why I just blanked off on his name. Senate Majority Leader John Thune, the moron, there we go, how he's totally stopping the Save America Act from being pushed through. He's purposefully doing this. The president has told him and called on him to nuke the damn filibuster and let's get this going. And the thing is, we have major midterm elections coming up. As you know, I do a lot of work in the Maryland area. They have a big midterm election coming up June 23rd. We want the Safe America Act passed before June 23rd. And early voting starts there June 11th. In Florida, I'm still a resident of Florida. That primary is in August. We would like the Safe America Act passed before August, too. That would be really nice. And then, of course, we got the general in November. So it's very, very important that we pass the Save America Act before these midterms, before the general election. It can really help and really save a lot of issues. As you know, Ron DeSantis, he basically passed his own Save America Act, and he passed to redistrict 4 hardcore Democrat seats. So we're going to pick up 4 Republican seats in the state of Florida. And that negates the crap that happened in Virginia, actually. And they're still going through the courts. I'm hoping they'll take it all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will overturn that entire voting process, that entire rule. But again, guys, it's important. I mean, again, look what happened in Indiana. The rhinos in Indiana, they're like, oh, we're not going to redistrict. And they just got primaried out. Don't screw with President Trump. Don't screw with him. So we also have some other races that we're still keeping an eye on. Let's go to live updates. Sorry, I know I keep cutting in and out, guys, but these are important. So the ones we're still looking at, okay, so they just refreshed the votes for Ohio Treasurer of State. So Jay Edwards picked up a little bit of ground there at 20% reporting. It's still too close to call. He's at 52.25% over Christina Ragnar, 47.75%. In the Ohio Supreme Court special, nothing's really changed. Jill Anzinger, our friend, she's still in 3rd place, but it's very close because you have 33, 29, 20, and Ronald Lewis picked up a little bit at 17.49%. But again, we'll see with the Ohio Treasurer of State race. We'll see if Vivek's endorsement was more powerful than J.D. Vance's and so forth. But, my question to, my viewers, my question to people that are in Ohio right now, because I have a lot of viewers that are in Ohio. Did you vote today? Did you do early voting? Did you get your girlfriends or your guy friends out to vote? I know it was rainy today, but who cares? That's no excuse. Get your butt to the polls. It's no excuse. It's very important that you exercise your right to vote, because the 4 to 5 star hardcore Republicans, we need them, especially in these primaries. And we need them in the general too, but the primaries are very important because these hardcore 4 to 5 star Republicans, they believe in conservative values. They believe in America first. They support Donald Trump. We can't have establishment politicians, rhinos, in any position of power because they work with Democrats and they're detriment to our nation. And we don't want anybody to fool you guys either. That's why I do the research. My network does the research. And the candidates that I bring on are real candidates that really care about the American people. They're not in it for the money. They're not in it for themselves. A lot of these people, state senators, state representatives, county councilmen, they don't make a lot of money. So it's not about the money. It's about doing what's right for the American people. It's about helping them. And a lot more people that have never been in politics are getting out there and running. Like some idiot said, oh, you have to have a political science degree to run, or we should mandate that you have to have a political science degree to run for office or be an attorney. That's such crap. That is such crap. And it's not true. It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Well, before we go to a break, don't forget my sponsor, FoliumPX.com. So FoliumPX talks about detoxing the body, toxic heavy metals, helping the body, cleaning the body. We'll put up the QR code. Oh, just kidding. We'll go to rnc.com/ALL. Sorry, I literally put this, my producer and I, we literally put this show together in like 5 seconds. So if we don't have our sponsors up there, oh, okay, we don't have that one either. Okay, so well, actually, in my opinion, we shouldn't even do a commercial. We should just keep going. So segment 2 starts with, the Save America Act. That's something that, again, as I just said, no Save America Act. What the hell is the holdup? What the hell is the hold? We know what the holdup is. It's John Thune being bought and paid for. We know what the holdup is. It's disgusting. It's screwing us for big elections. But I applaud the governors for taking on and constitutionally doing redistrictings that are constitutional, like my governor, Ron DeSantis, and so forth. Remember, the 2020 census totally was messed up and a lot of Republicans were screwed over. Florida was supposed to get 3 additional seats. Texas was supposed to get 5 additional seats. Texas started this, then it went to Indiana, went to Florida. And now the Democrats are like, oh my God, we need to gerrymander, even though they've been doing it for years. Or they blame the Republicans, they lie and say, oh my God, the Republicans are gerrymandering. Oh, my friend Don Willinger, he said, I just learned today that the Democrats are planning for a reduction in Social Security benefits with 6 years or within 6 years. Oh, lovely. Is that really going to fly? Now, keep in mind, the Democrats want to take power back. Hakeem Jeffries wants to be your Speaker of the House. We cannot let him. We cannot be complicit in allowing him to become Speaker of the House. We all know that he's a piece of crap. We all know that he hates white people. He's anti-Semitic. He works with a bunch of terrorist organizations. He's bought and paid for, works with Barack Hussein Obama and so forth. I mean, his name is Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. The guy cannot be trusted. The guy is a POS. And if he becomes Speaker of the House, he'll just impeach Donald Trump. They'll just continue to attack conservatives, continue to attack Donald Trump. They have no substance. So again, we're going to refresh the primary results. Let's see if we have any other movement. As I said before, breaking, Vivek Ramaswamy won his primary. He will be facing Allison Russo in the November general election. Ohio Secretary of State, Robert Sprague, he won against our friend Marcel Scherbeck, which is very sad. But like I said, Marcel has a big, bright future ahead of him, and we'll continue to see him out there. And he'll be facing the Democrat, Robert Sprague will, in the general. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. So Robert Sprague will be facing Allison Russo, in November. Vivek will be facing Amy Action in the general. So I will correct that. I'm correcting that for the record. And then the Attorney Ohio general race, as you know, Keith Faber, he was running unopposed. He will face John Koleswicz, probably mispronouncing his name. But I can tell you, in my opinion, but I can tell you that Keith Faber will probably win the Attorney General. Ohio's Treasury of State, that's still too close to call, still a tight race, 21% reporting. Jay Edwards is at 52.56%. He's at 105,757 votes against Christina Wagner. She's at 47.44% with 95,465 votes. Again, we have to go county by county to see where the votes are coming from, if they're going more in Jay Edwards' favor, or if Christine is picking up some ground. Again, to my viewers, Jay Edwards was endorsed by by J.D. Vance. Christina Ragnar was endorsed by Vivek. So we'll have to see again which voters helped with these two candidates. Did Vance's candidates help J.D. Edwards win, or did Vivek's voters help Christina Ragnar? We'll see. Ohio Supreme Court special election Republican. Mr. King picked up a little bit of ground now. So Colleen O'Donnell's at 33% with 63,000 votes. Andrew King picked up at 29.34%. Our friend Jill Lanzinger's at 19.97%. So it's going up and down. Again, we have to see where the votes are coming from. And then Ronald Lewis is 17.57%. So if Andrew King keeps going up, it hurts our friend a little bit. It hurts Jill. So again, we have to see where those votes are coming from. As I said, U.S. Second District, David Taylor, he won that primary, 74% against Bob Carr. U.S. House Third District, that's Democrat. It's Joyce Beatty. Who cares? I don't want to say who cares, but we're focused on the Republicans. And they have not started counting the votes for the U.S. 15th District Republican between Mike Carey and Samuel Ronan, but they will go on to face the Democrat, which is also too close to call. It's either going to be Adam Miller or Don Leonard. Adam Miller has a little advantage at 52.37% with Don Leonard at 47.63%. And that's all in Ohio. Again, in Indiana. So Indiana, as I said before, the projected winner for State Senate District 41 is Davis. He beat the Rhino Walker. Mr. Good, he beat the Rhino Wilson in State Senate District 38. There's still a little bit to go with Copenhagen and Deary. Copenhagen has a slight advantage at 54.9%. In District 23, the projected winner in State Senate District 21, Powell, he beat the Rhino Buck, 64.7%. That was very good. State Senate District 19, Fitcher, he beat Holdman. That was also a conservative that beat Rhino. State Senate District 11, Schmulzer beat Rogers. That's another Rhino Rogers, so he's out. DeVries, I don't know why they haven't called it yet, but DeVries is kicking butt against Durnock at 72.9%. And then, of course, House District 9. I'm surprised they haven't called Marin yet. She's at 47, or he's at 40%. So yeah, 47%, if I can speak. In Ohio against Williams. Again, they're at 20.5% in. Again, you have to see where the votes are coming from. If Williams can pick up some ground, then it'll make it a little bit tighter. And as I said before, in the Ohio Senate race, the Democrat special primary that goes back to Sherrod Brown. Again, we hope that John Husted wins in November. Eric Conroy wins the Republican primary for Ohio's 1st congressional district. I believe J.D. Vance endorsed him and also voted for him today. So that's another J.D. Vance endorsement. And then the district held by Democrat Greg Landsman is a top Republican target in November, and Trump carried that district in 2024. So hopefully in November, Eric Conroy will win the congressional seat. Let's see, State Senate Greg Good won his primary tonight, unlike at least 3 of his colleagues. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry about that. So Greg Good was a Rhino, but the other 3, the Trump endorsed challengers, they all won. Let's see. Michelle Davis wins the Republican primary for Indiana State Senate District 41. She was Trump-backed, so that's a good one. She's the 3rd Trump-backed challenger to defeat an incumbent. So 3 out of the 4 Trump-backed challengers won, which is very good. And again, when we go into November, I wholeheartedly believe it. These Republicans will win in November, but we can't be complicit. We really can't. Okay. So then my friend Donald Willinger said Democrats are pushing for the rehiring of DHS and FEMA people who were cut by Trump. Of course. I mean, of course, that's a given. That's a given. It's disgusting, totally disgusting. So again, I want to hear from my audience, and I appreciate people that are commenting right now. What do you guys think of the elections? Are you happy with the picks? Are you happy with who won? Are you upset about, a Republican that you liked that didn't win? Again, as a political consultant, I'm very picky, in particular who I endorse and who I work with. And I pick people who are doers. I pick people who are action-minded people. I pick people that I know will get the job done. As you know, I'm anti-establishment. I'm anti-rhino. You all know this. What's very disturbing is there are Republicans that are part of the alt-right movement that are extremely anti-Semitic, that wear like Nazi outfits, that go around being supported by Nick Fuentes and anti-Semites. And the fact that they would even have a chance to get in, or that people would even vote for these morons, is very disturbing to me. And again, you really need to heavily vet your candidate. You really need to go into their campaign finance report and see where they get a lot of their money from. A lot of people are tired of these candidates getting bought and paid for by special interests and lobbyists. So if you're one of those voters that doesn't like that, then don't vote for it. And then there's other voters, like in Maryland, for example, like a lot of Maryland Republicans, they just, they're going to vote, they'll vote for somebody who is a Democrat and then all of a sudden just became a Republican, just to run, against an incumbent Democrat because they think they have the better chance. But that's not the way to do it either. If a guy's a Democrat all his life, and then all of a sudden he switches parties just for an election, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because if he gets in, he's gonna keep being a Democrat. He's gonna vote Democrat. He's gonna not campaign Democrat, but he's not gonna just wake up and be a Republican. That's not how life works. Now there are people that are very sincere when they do switch parties, but they don't just do it like that. I mean, they think about it, and then they switch, after some time and before they decide to run. So it's really sad. It's very sad. Yeah, in Texas, Tony Gonzalez resigned. We now have a Democrat take over this region. Yeah, sad. It's very sad. Yeah, Tony Gonzalez, he was the congressman who cheated on his wife with someone who worked for him, and then the woman who worked for him ended up killing herself. So either somebody got to her, or she was hoping that Tony Gonzalez would leave his wife for her. Crazy stuff. Total crazy stuff. It's disgusting. So going into the third segment, so I don't watch this anymore. I used to be a part of the Met Gala because I'm a professional opera singer, and the dresses and the attire was so beautiful and so elegant. I mean, as an opera singer, we don't show our skin. We are completely covered. We are classy. It's very hard to sing opera. We wear tiaras. We look beautiful. But the Met Gala now has become a crap show. It was actually hosted by the Bezoses. A lot of actors and actresses, they boycotted the Bezoses because they said, they support Trump and they're involved with Trump. They went to Trump's inauguration and whatever. But the actors and actresses that were there, and you have to pay to go. You have to pay at least $100,000. And then there's a whole board that decides if you get an invitation to go or not. You can't just say, I'm going to the Met Gala. It's a whole process and procedure, but you do have to pay to go. And I'm watching these outfits from Caitlyn Jenner and Kylie Jenner, not Caitlyn Jenner, sorry, Kim Kardashian, all the Jenner girls, the mother, the two daughters. I mean, they look ridiculous. And this new thing now is to plaster your body, and put fake nipples and pretend like you're naked without really being naked. It's ridiculous. And there's some girls there that aren't wearing any undergarments, and you see their whole private life. You can see their boobs, you can see their behind. It's not classy at all. Or they don't wear bras anymore, and you can see their nipples through their shirts. And stupid Katy Perry, she was dressed like a knight or an astronaut, and she lifts her, her helmet or whatever to show her face, and then closes it off. I mean, the whole thing was weird. The dresses were weird. The whole presence of it was weird. I don't even know why they do this anymore. Again, celebrities are just whacked out. And all these celebrities now are getting naked because that's all they have. They want to be accepted. It's their freedom of expression, all this crap. It's really disgusting and disturbing how this art has taken from something so beautiful to something so tasteless and something so inappropriate. Where's the modesty? Where is the modesty? And these are people that do not have religion in their life, or they claim they do, but they don't practice what they preach, because Judeo-Christian values is all about modesty. It's all about, not showing your skin to the world. It's about the beauty within. It's not about exposing yourself to the world. You're technically only supposed to expose your nudity to your spouse. That's what it says in the Torah and in the Old Testament. But now, because these people are freaking atheists, they don't have religion, and they don't have spouses, they all cheat on each other, it's just okay to expose their body to the world because they think they're celebrities and they can just get away with it. But what they don't understand is it's actually disgusting and disturbing, and it turns me off. Doesn't make me want to watch their shows, does not make me want to see any of their stuff or listen to any of their music or buy anything that they put together, like skincare and hair care and whatever else they're doing now. It's just really disgusting and disturbing. Yeah, Donald, that's a good point. If a wife can't trust her husband, how can a voter trust him? It's true. But again, there's voters out there, they don't care about your personal life. They say whatever you do behind closed doors is your business. It's about you, the individual. Again, like I talked about, my friend Max Miller. Yeah, he's going through a really rough divorce. But the people of his district, they don't care because he's working for them. He's doing the job for them. He's helping them out. Now, I don't like the fact that he wants to keep ACA or expand ACA. He's kowtowing to the Democrats of his district that do not vote for him. But he feels, well, they're my constituents too. I got to work with everybody. But what he doesn't understand is that, yeah, you can work with everybody, but you don't want to lose your center core. You don't want to lose your base. And you're kowtowing to people that don't vote for you. They don't like you. And it's the minority trying to be the majority. The ACA will be repealed and replaced if the Republicans maintain power, which I wholeheartedly believe they will. I hope they will. But again, if people don't get out and really vote for the right people or really heavily vet the candidates or ask hard questions, it's a problem. It's a real problem. So going back to the primary results again, because we're actually at the top of the hour. Usually at the top of the hour, everything changes. Again, you can look at the live results. I'm on Ohio's 10tv.com. You can also go on the television and watch. I know Fox News, they always carry the races going on. But if you want to focus more on the local races, I would advise you guys to go on local websites and look up the local races. So again, as I reported, Vivek Ramaswamy, he won the governor primary. He will be facing off with Miss Amy Action in November. But just because he wins tonight, that doesn't mean Republicans that the work stops. No, the work starts day one. The work starts tomorrow. Don't wait. Because again, if you're complicit and you wait till a month before the election, it's not going to help. It's not going to help at all. Again, Ohio Secretary of State Republican Robert Sprague, he won the primary. He'll be facing Miss Russo in the general. Ohio Attorney General Faber, he'll be facing the Democrat John Koledzik. As I said, I'm going to butcher his name. Again, we're still looking. It's still too close to call for the Ohio Treasurer of State. Mr. Edwards picked up a little bit of ground. Now he's up 53.31% against 46.61. Mr. Edwards has 127,474 votes in his favor against Christina, 111,625. Again, we're hoping, depending on where the votes are coming from, we're hoping that Miss Christina will pick up some ground. But it's not. I mean, it's still too close to call. There's still some votes that she could pick up. It just, again, it depends where the votes are coming in from. In the Ohio Supreme Court special race, Colleen O'Donnell dropped a little bit. She's at 32.67%. That's 75,000 votes. Andrew King, he stayed at 29.39%. Jill Lanzinger, she's still at 19.27%. Mr. Lewis picked up a little bit of ground. He's at 18.69%. So Jill and Ronald are kind of fighting a little bit. And there's not that many votes between them. Jill has 44,282. Ronald has 42,892. And then then Andrew King has 67,000. Colleen has 75,000. So it's, again, a lot of groundwork that needs to be picked up for Jill to get up there. But again, it depends where the votes are coming from. Let's see. So the U.S. House 2nd District, the Democrat, too close to call with those results, but they will take on David Taylor in the general. I'm going to butcher her last name, Mazzucchelli, is up 50.74%. Todd Wilson, 49.26%. So there's only 200 votes between them. Between 7,300 is Jen and 7,100 is Todd. So it's extremely close. The 34% reporting, again, we have to see where those votes are coming from. All Democrat. I don't know why they haven't counted Mike Carey's race yet. I don't know. I don't know why they still have it in Ohio. It's very interesting. But when they start counting it, they're going to face either Adam Miller or Don Leonard. Adam Miller's picking up a little bit of ground, but it's still too close to call. It's 51.33% up against 48.67%. So it's very, very close. It's like 150 votes between them. It's not that big of a margin. But again, my question to my viewers. Okay, so Andrew King, he picked up a little bit of ground now. He's at 30%. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a big jump. So he's about 7,000 votes behind Colleen, and then Jill's at 57,000 votes. So that's a big gap, 90 to 57,000. So Andrew seems to be picking up ground up against Colleen O'Connell in the Ohio Supreme Court special race Republican. Let's see. Let's refresh it again. Mr. Edwards picked up a little bit of ground. He's at 53.84% against Christina, 46.16%. So he picked up a little bit of ground. There's about 20,000 votes separating the two of them. Again, we have to see where the votes are coming from. And these are all key races, guys. These are all key races. Going into statewide. Okay. I'm sorry, I keep going back and forth. But again, my question to my viewers, are you guys happy with the results? If you're not happy, then get up and do something about it. If you are happy, you can still get up and do something about it in November. But the trick is that we need people out there helping out, door knocking, sign waving, phone banking, whatever they want to do to help. Because if we as Republicans sit back and do nothing, we don't get the right people in office. Or when the general election comes in November, we want to make sure that Vivek gets in there. We want to make sure that we have Republican across the board in Ohio. As I said earlier, Ohio did great for President Trump in 2016 and 2020, 2024. We want to keep that momentum going. We really want to keep that momentum going. But election day is always fun. Again, we have a lot of elections coming up. I know because I focused on Ohio tonight, Indiana. Don't forget, in Maryland, we have some primary elections coming up. Early voting in Maryland starts June 11th. The primary election is June 23rd. As you know, on my show, I heavily promote Tim Fazenbaker running for Baltimore County Council District 9. He is kicking butt. He's going to win. Everybody tells me he's going to win. He's just doing an awesome job. Kimberly Stansberry running for Baltimore County Executive. Only woman running on the Republican and Democrat side. She will win her primary, and we will get her to the general. The Uniparty's already picked who they want as the Baltimore County executive. But guess what? Uniparty shouldn't decide. You, the voters, should decide who you want as your Baltimore County executive. Of course, we have Daniel Eisenhardt. He is running for State Senate, District 6, against the incumbent, who's a huge rhino. So we'll see how that race shapes up. The rhino is in a lot of trouble legally. There's reports that he does not currently live in the district. And when you're running for a local race, you have to prove that you live in the district. And you can't just have a residency. Like, you have to actually prove that you live there and that's your permanent residence. Also, we have Sam Rosenblum. He's running for the school board in Frederick County. We also have some races, as you know, in Virginia with my friend Julie Spivey Perry. She's running for Congress District 10. We have Justin Murphy, who's running for the United States Senate in New Jersey. And we also have Damon Galdo running for District 1 in New Jersey. The Hammer, we call him, from the Jersey Shore every Monday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. Also, guys, don't forget we are live in 15 connections. We're on Rumble, we're on Parler, we're on True Social, we're on X, we're on Spotify, we're on Substack, we're on Facebook, we're on all Rumble, True Social, TikTok. We're on all the major connections, all the major networks. Again, don't forget my show is every 2 Tuesdays of the month and every Thursday night. We also have a new show, New Jersey State House Watch, with Constance Ditzel and Jack Brangan. So they're on the Tuesdays that I'm not on. So they usually are on like the second and the fourth Tuesday of the month, and I'm on like the first and third Tuesday of the month. So keep your eyes on that show. It's a great show. They have some great guests. It's an up and coming show, and it's doing very well. I mean, it did well on the first show. It was awesome. And of course, don't forget we have The Pulse. The Pulse is every Wednesday night from 8 to 9:30 p.m. You never know who's going to be our host. You never know what guests we're going to have. If for some reason we don't have The Pulse due to people campaigning and so forth, we will let you know. And as you know, we're all in campaign mode right now. We're all in election season mode right now. So it's really important, guys, that we get out there, we get the vote out there, we help our colleagues out, we promote them as much as we can. And we also put America First people in there, and people that really love our country and not just themselves. And a lot of it is about the issues. A lot of it is about talking to voters, asking them, you know, what issues do you have? What issues in your county would you like fixed? I do want to say for the record, there was an event that was supposed to be about Fort Howard in Maryland. I know I've talked about it. Tim Faisemaker's talked about it. The event actually was a crap show. It was a lot of fighting. It was a lot of yelling. A guy got arrested for expressing his First Amendment rights. All he wanted to do was ask a question, and the mic was ripped out of his hands by a woman who doesn't even live in the state. She lives in Pennsylvania. Also, the woman, you can see in video, she pushed him, but then she lied and accused him of pushing her. She called the cops on him. He got arrested and charged. I mean, that's what Democrats do. This woman doesn't even live in the state. And these were Republicans and some independents in that room. And there was a lot of people there, a lot of people. I mean, they filled up this arena. But the problem was it didn't address the issues, and it became an embarrassment. And Democrats watch this and they see this, and that's not what that's not what we want. We want things done. So I would say that was a clown show. The real event about Fort Howard will be with Tim Faisemaker and Frank Niehoff and Kim Stansberry. It'll be May 14th. I think that's a Wednesday. Yep, it's a Thursday night. Excuse me. Oh no, I was right. Nope, March 13th, or I keep saying March. May 13th, Wednesday night. I think it's from like 6 to 7 p.m. I will distribute that flyer out. That is an event you guys want to go to. That event will explain the issues with Fort Howard. That event will be talking about what's going on and how the state overrides the county, not the other way around. Just because the county passed a law, the state always overrides county, just like federal always overrides state. So you had a guy running for county council who didn't even know that last night. And he totally lied about the law. He didn't, and he wants to be a lawmaker. I mean, if you don't even know a simple question, if county overrides state and vice versa, I mean, that's just crazy. It's crazy to me that these people run for office and they don't even know the position that they're running for. They don't know who passes the laws, what overrides what. I mean, that's really disturbing and really just really bad. It's really disturbing. So you guys got to go to this event. It's in Dundalk. It's May 13th, and it's a Wednesday night, and we will get you some details. But thanks, guys, for joining us. Again, thank you for Ohio primary and Indiana primary launch and updates. We will keep you posted and updated throughout the evening. Don't forget to turn on your local TVs. Don't forget to turn on your national TVs and see what's going on and get informed and get involved. Again, if you're not happy with the results, well, do something about it. If you are happy with the results, you still need to get up and do something, because these were primary elections. The general is what is most important. So thank you guys for coming on with us. I'm sorry if I wasn't shown while I was looking up the results, and I'm sorry if some of the results were blurred, but thank you guys. This was a great day, and we really appreciate you guys following me and watching the show. And again, guys, the reason you listen and the reason you watch is you are no idiot.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up. Because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. But America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. The New Jersey State House Watch, hosted by Jack Brangen and Constance Detzel. APN's The Pulse is moderated by either Alexandra, Damon, Elena, or Seth. Also tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X, Rumble, Truth Social, Parler, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Join the revolution, because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Levine. I'm a professional opera singer, actress, TV, and radio personality. Since 2015, I've been a volunteer, a field director, and a campaign manager, learning the ins and outs of the political world. That's why I became a political consultant. My job is to lead you to victory with organization, structure, and the mindset of winning for your district or state. With my guidance and direction, I can keep you focused on the things that matter to the people and advise you on key issues that need to be addressed. If you're a serious candidate that is serious about winning, then book a consultation with me today. Go to levineconsulting.co. You'll be happy you did.
Alexandra, thanks you for watching tonight's Alexandra Levine Live podcast. See you at the next packed show, from breaking news to informative topics that will keep you informed. So please click the subscribe button to get notified for upcoming episodes.